1, 2, 3, 4 years completed, but time just will not stop. In terms of quests released per year, this one sits at the top. 23 full years of questing, Caves of Bank must stay alive. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2005. Welcome back to June 27th, 2005. We had to give up all of our worldly possessions to join the Temple Knights here. And all we got was a cool hat, which we really do not need. So we're going to just trade this over to Sir Tiffy here. What ho, my lady? Jolly good show on the old training grounds thing, what? Fantastic. Let me buy some armor. Of course, dear gal. I can sell you up to initiate items only, I'm afraid. We can buy it for 6,000, sell it back for 1,800. That's for 3,600. We're gonna be buying some runes anyways. Could just alch it. Fine, I will alch my helmet. I'm keeping this for now. Another thing we need to go deal with is the fact that we had to change to a female character for the quest there. So I'm going to go and get that changed back. A lot of people are sometimes a bit lazy after this quest and don't bother changing back. Or just like the new look. Always good times. But we got a whole title card intro screen and all that we need to maintain here. Can't be looking different just yet. It'll have to be a special occasion. We will go back to the Makeover Mage and switch that. And we still look human. Brilliant. We're looking exactly how we used to look. Not quite. It's going to take a little bit more work. And the makeover there, still technically free, but also technically we would have gotten a refund as a quest reward in order to fund changing back there. So that's okay. What we are going to go do now is go and get our money back. So we get to walk to Miscellanea. Yay. A small price to pay for 5 million coins. Y'all better not have taken any of my money here. Not paying you to do anything. Manage. Withdraw. 5 million coins. And even some more. 5 million coins. Perfect. Withdraw all the money. Inventory. No coin pouch. Doesn't exist. Alright. So let's go and fix up the outfit here and get to a rune shop. Because we need runes for teleporting and all that kind of stuff. And other things we're doing. So, yeah. Alright, there we go. Looking a lot better. It kept the shirt correct, but everything else was different. Had to change the shoes and the color, the pants. The pants color was right, but different pants. Changed the hair and the beard. But here we are. Good to go. Just going to alch the initiate salad here. Don't really need that. Withdraw that money. Still got 5 million coins here. And a few law runes. And teleport runes. To do what we want to do here. Gonna go and make a purchase. All of this pre-recording and planning is going to start coming into effect here. It is currently October 30th. And if my calculations are correct, this episode should be coming out like February 10th. So we've got time. And an opportunity. With no items or things in the inventory. This is the maximum best time to be doing things that require as much inventory space as possible. Gonna grab a rune pickaxe here. That goes in the weapon slot. And we're gonna go use this rune pickaxe to get a drop, which is not generally a good plan because rune pickaxe is a terrible weapon, but it'll be good enough to fight some goblins over here. One very, very specific thing that we need. It's just such a weak weapon. It's rune, it's one-handed, and it's even weaker because it's not really a weapon. But we will get what we need. An air talisman. There we go. We're going to be doing rune crafting. But we've waited until now. One, because of the inventory space business, but also because we don't need to actually use the talisman. There is an upgrade available. With some silver from up in the chasm mine, and the new tiara mold from a crafting store, we can go make a tiara. Right over here at the furnace. Been down here quite a bit recently for all the crafting. One more silver. One more silver. Silver bar. And silver tiara. Also gives more crafting XP, but sells for less, so depending how we're feeling. An extra 2.5 crafting experience at the cost of 30 GP. More crafting XP though, so probably going to end up doing that. But now we have the tiara and the air talisman. So we just need to combine them at the air altar, which again is now near Varrock instead of being near Falador. Can't move the air altar, unfortunately. So, is what it is. So we're going to pop over in there and get this working correctly. Enter air runes is already an option, just immediately. Originally it would take using the altar every time, but now with the tiara here, we can get an air tiara. Put that on, and now we don't need to worry. And we get an extra inventory slot, which is also a win. So we're just going to run back and forth between Aubrey and the Rune Essence Mine and the air altar. There are other options for rune crafting training. Also, relatively nearby would be the Earth Altar. If we went from the Wizard's Guild, we could go, or Wizard's Tower, we could go to the Water Altar. But I think air runes are going to be more useful for us. We will see what the XP rates are like. It's not going to be very good. But we are going to start rune crafting. 16 rune crafting. That is nothing. Oh boy. 17 rune crafting. That is vines. That is in RuneSpan, which doesn't exist. If it did, I would not be here, crafting air runes. But we need a specific rune crafting level before that happens, so we need to get that done here. Best time. Also, clocked in the XP rates here. About 4,000 XP per hour. So that's just great. 18 rune crafting. Nothing. 19 rune crafting. Steam runes. And 2 times water runes. Combination runes now exist, so that's 2 things we can do. Not that we will. Don't really need them. Okay. And also 1,400 total level. So that's neat. Still counting the skills that don't exist, but still. 20 rune crafting. Milestone. Achievement. And quest requirement. Body runes. Water rune crafting gloves. Fleshy growths. Body S-hounds. Small missile platforms. And bone runes. Of those, body runes exist. I'm not going to make them, though. Not very useful. Further away. Would be better XP, though. Maybe. Is further to run. Air runes. 21 rune crafting. Nothing. 22 rune crafting. Important level, as that is 3 times air runes per essence. Originally it was, you need to get the level to get the guarantee every time. And there was no in-between. But later, it was slightly changed to be scaling between. So next level, slightly more air runes, then slightly more, until we get to the next multiplier. And also 3 times spirit runes. Those don't exist. 23 rune crafting. Lava runes. Those are an interesting one. The best combination runes. Best XP. Kind of needs dueling rings and such, though, so not really an option. 24 rune crafting. Nothing. 25 rune crafting. And that is an important level. Quest requirement, concentration platforms, later. But for now, the medium pouch. Did not bother going to get the small pouch, since that's only 3 essence. With the medium pouch also included, that's a total of 9 in the pouches. So I think that's worth it. And that means that we are going to need to go fight some abyssal guys. And the rune pickaxe is not going to cut it. We've got all these air runes, so might as well do magic. I'm gonna go places and get magic things. How's this for a magic setup? Even went and got an amulet of magic, ring of life, boots of lightness. Whole shebang here. To the abyss. Where we need to fight. Abyss guys. This is a popular training spot. So we're going to move to a slightly different location here. Just be slightly out of the way. We want to fight preferably the bigger guys here, because they have better drop rates and stuff. But if all the leeches are going to attack, that's fine too, I guess. They are range guys, which obviously is not ideal. Should probably find a better spot to stand than this. Don't want to be getting attacked by everybody. All leeches. Maybe we get away from the leeches. That'd be preferable. They seem to have a worse drop rate too, which is not really what you want right now. Not really what you want. Okay, let's try over here. So we've got food. I'll be working decently here. Still more leeches. Man, splashing quite a bit here. 64% accuracy. That's a little less ideal. We will see if we can even get the drops here. They drop a bunch of talismans and some essence. But what we're really here for is, of course, the pouches. Our accuracy is just not very good. Got a nature talisman. That's pretty sweet. Let's try to stand in here. Only fight like one guy at a time, that'd be helpful. Yeah, it looks like only the leeches are a problem. So if we stand here, maybe we can do a few fights. It's not super common, but this will work out. And if needs be, we can just teleport back to our doing. And look at how much damage we're taking here. We might want to stock up on more teleports back and forth. In the long run, this will help us bring more essence. I think it's worth it. Let's keep on keeping healed up here. Let's get these drops. There is the small pouch. And the medium pouch. Perfect. Also got some pure essence, which we can use to go make some runes, I guess, since we're here. I'll just go through the air altar. That'll be fine. Also brings us where we need to be, so that's a plus too. Exit through air rift. And here we are. Also got noted essence here, so we're gonna need to bring that to the bank to unnode it. That's something we can do. The other question is going to be, what all of these things are we going to be keeping here? I want to get my weight down to a decent amount here. We can definitely alch the staff, because that's an inventory space. That's no good. It goes us down to 3 kilograms. Drop the cape. That's easy to get back. Probably gonna alch. We'll drop this, see what happens. That's 0 already. Which is alch for 9. That'd probably do it. We can always buy that back. We can see how much the gloves weigh. Not too much. Pants weigh a little bit. I think to get the weight to where we want it, we will alch the top here. And then we should be able to keep the rest. A little bit of armor, and our jewelry and stuff, and the pouches, while staying nicely under the level here. I'll just sell the rest of these runes to the shop, I guess. That'll be fine. Yeah, back to rune crafting. Now with a few other things. And get the money back from that. Lost a bit. That's okay. This 31 essence would have been 2 trips, but we have the pouches. And so, we can unnote the correct amount here. Specifically, 23. Unnoted. Little awkward. Works. Put those in there. Then unnote the rest. And there you go. So we can get 31, 32, 33 essence per trip here. Instead of the old 26. So, a few more. Pretty good. Slightly faster XP. But we also have to mine a little bit more, but the running is the main part. So, this is all good. Should work perfectly. Oh, that's convenient. There's also been a change over the years. Essence is now automatically used from the pouches when you go to the altar. So we don't need to empty it and then craft it again. Technically we could drop an essence to do that, but automatically does it itself here. Slightly different than it should be. 70 mining. Technically, this is more mining XP than rune crafting XP. So we're going to get quite a bit of that here too. Milestone, achievement. Whole big old list of things here. Nechrite, phasmatite, concentrated coal, necronium pickaxe, crystal pickaxe, gemstone golem fragments, rock crushing scrimshaw, catagon ore, catagon pickaxe. So out of these, we're going to get the gemstone golem fragments forced upon us, and we can't get rid of them. Much like the other elite skilling outfit fragment bits. But we can also actually mine adamantite. So, that's good. Will be helpful for possibly making some adamantite stuff. We will see. 26 rune crafting. That is 2 times earth runes. With the extra essence here, we're now getting 4,500 XP per hour. Although that might slightly change with later. 27 rune crafting. Cosmic runes. Also, later, firestorms and cosmic S-hounds. Crafting cosmic runes is a problem, because that is in Xanaris. Can't go there without massive effort. 28 rune crafting. 3 times mind runes. 29 rune crafting. Nothing. 30 rune crafting. Milestone achievement. And some unlocks. Quest requirement. Earth rune crafting gloves. Magical blast box. Lesser runic staff. And wicked cape. None of those exist. 31 rune crafting. Nothing. There it is. The medium pouch has degraded slightly. Now, instead of holding 6 essence, it can only hold 3. And so, if we want to get this back to normal, we need to go to the Abyss. This happens every 44 times you put essence in it. So, 1/44 of the time, we need to go to the Abyss instead of the Air Altar. But we also can carry more essence per inventory the other 43 times. So it's fine. To the Abyss. Not going to be on the outside ring here for long enough for the damage to be a problem. I'm going to sneak in to the middle here and talk to the Dark Mage. Technically there's this for repair pouches, but we'll ask him about it first. Hello there. Quiet. You must not break my concentration. I need your help with something. Sorry to disturb you. Just need your help with something quickly. What? Oh, very well. What do you want? Can you repair my pouches? I think they might be degrading. A simple transfiguration spell should resolve that for you. Now leave me be. And now, it holds more. I just need to find the air portal here. It's around here somewhere. Got portals to everywhere, basically. Even places that don't exist yet. Ain't that something? There it is. And this will also get us back to Varrock without needing to go somewhere else. Technically, we could go into a different portal, but that would give us a different rune, inventory space, need to get back to Varrock. Air Rift is the correct choice. Did dream a prayer, though. Not important. Not gonna affect anything. 32 rune crafting. Still nothing. 33 rune crafting. Now that is 4 times air runes, which is going to increase our air rune stack even quicker. And later, vine ladders and 4 times spirit runes. But for now, just the air runes. 34 rune crafting. Nothing. 35 rune crafting. That is a quest requirement. Chaos runes, 2 times fire runes, cataclouds, catacus hounds, and missile platforms. The runes ones exist. Again, not that we would actually do those. This whole air runes thing is working. 36 rune crafting. Nothing. 37 rune crafting. Nothing. 38 rune crafting. Triple water runes. Woo. 39 rune crafting. That's a quest requirement. 40 rune crafting. Milestone achievement. All that. That is astral runes, nebulas, astral S-hounds, fire rune crafting gloves, and flesh runes. These runes don't exist. Yet. And none of the other things either. Making good progress, though. Rune stack is stacking up just a bit more to go. 41 rune crafting. Nothing. 42 rune crafting. That is 4 times mind runes. Mind runes are really not very useful these days. Another thing that has slightly changed with rune crafting here. Going through the Abyss now gives 2.5 times XP since 2015. So if we could go to the Abyss, we might not because it gives such incorrect experience. Because here is 375 XP here. It's not quite 2.5 times the regular trip, because we have less essence because we're going to repair the pouches. But still, a lot more XP. Not going to be a problem, though. Not going to be training rune crafting for a long time after this. 43 rune crafting. Nothing. 71 mining. We're mining a lot of pure essence here. That is increased stamina and crystal skill champas. Skill champas aren't a thing yet, but we do get the stamina, whether we want it or not. Mining and smithing rework. 44 rune crafting. That is nature runes. Very nice. 5 times air runes. Also very useful right now. And later, shifters, nature S-hounds, vine platforms, and 5 times spirit runes. 45 rune crafting. That's a quest requirement. 46 rune crafting. 2 times body runes, 2 times bone runes. Body runes exist. 47 rune crafting. Nothing. 48 rune crafting. Nothing. 49 rune crafting. Still nothing. 72 mining. That is 2 quest requirements, and more nechrite and phasmatite ore storage in the ore box. No ore boxes yet. And finally, 50 rune crafting. Milestone, achievement, and many unlocks. That is a quest requirement, and that is the main reason we were doing rune crafting to 50 right now. Devious Mines is coming up way sooner than you'd think it would be. But we will talk about that when we get there. We can also get a large pouch, the Master Runecrafter set, Catalytic Staff, access to the Runecrafting Guild, Mist Platforms, the Rune Spam Portal, Catalytic Wand and Orb, Chaos Runecrafting Gloves, and Menaphos Shifting Tombs. Of all those, the large pouch is what exists. But lots of interesting stuff here. A nice even level here. Does mean we can get rid of our runecraft and stuff here. The RTR would only sell to the shop for like 40 coins, so not too worried about that. And just destroy the pouches. Ideally, we will not be doing any more runecrafting, unless we really want to. By the time we need a higher runecrafting level, there's going to be much better options. So let's go get prepared for the next thing we're doing. Got a water staff from Zaf and Varrock. Not going to be exactly what we need right now, but for the next thing we're doing, having water runes in the equipment tab here will save us in inventory space. What we did get is some alks. Don't think Mystic is going to be beneficial to have right now. And we can always just buy it back, so not even an issue. We're also done mining. We can alk the rune pickaxe. Got some more law runes for teleporting around. And that should be pretty much good. Water staff is going to help, since we need to teleport to Ardoin. Then we got some earth runes to teleport to Lumbridge. This will set us up perfectly. Heading out into the desert here. Had to teleport to the Lumbridge to get over here, since we still don't have an Amulet of Glory to get to Alcarid or anything. But teleporting around, at least the air runes are not going to be a problem for a long time. Ended up with 86,000 of those from the rune crafting. We are dying in the desert, so we should probably quickly get over to somewhere where we're not dying in the desert. But we can actually accomplish that by getting to the next update here. On July 5th, 2005, there was another behind the scenes. Not really a theme for this month. We'll see if there's going to be any more themed months in the future. We just got some stuff like desert travel, the next part of the Plague City series, farming, all sorts of cool stuff. As for actual updates here, the Ballista portion of the Trinome Village quest was reworked. Exactly what part was changed, didn't specify. Possibly the clues, possibly how you fired the ballista, going into the base or something. Similar idea though, so nothing too crazy. You are no longer allowed to bring rogue armor to Entrana, because it's got some armor stats, if very, very small amounts. And ogre composite bows can now be used on rants to get the chompy hats. Previously, it only was counting your chompy kills on the regular bow, but since you obviously would want to use the composite bow now, that also works. And most importantly for us, as we continue to die, the addition, finally, of the Magic Carpet Network. With the Rug Merchant here, you can travel to many a place in the desert. For a fee, of course. Originally, the fee was 200, and then with future things you could have knocked that down to 100, and then 75 GP. But it was slightly changed throughout the years, and now it is 1,000 coins for us. So that's not great. Originally, you were not allowed to have a weapon or a shield on, because it had a whole animation where you would get on the carpet and be brought to your destination. In 2009, weapons and shields were allowed, and in 2018, it changed to only an interface, unfortunately. So no ridiculous carpet shenanigans. Let's talk to the Rug Merchant here, see if he's got some info of what's going on. Greetings, Desert Traveler. You acquire the services of Ali Morissane's Flying Carpet Fleet. And yes, this is all owned by Ali Morissane. Tell me more about Ali Morissane. I've had encounters with him. What? You haven't heard of Ali Morissane? Possibly the greatest salesman in all the Caridian Desert, if not all Gillinor? Ah yes, I remember him now. I went on a wild goose chase looking for his nephew. Ah, no doubt old LEM instigated the whole thing. I had a bit of fun though. The whole job was quite diverting. There's never a dull moment around that man. He's always looking for a way to make a quick coin or two. Help you with anything else? Tell me about this Magic Carpet Fleet. The latest idea from the great Ali Morissane. Desert travel will never be the same again. So how does it work? The carpet or the whole enterprise? The carpet. How about the carpets? Magic carpets. Not really too sure. Just an enchanted rug, really. Made out of special Ukthanki hair. It flies to whatever destination its owner commands. Are they for sale then? Do you think I'm mad? Do you think Ali Morissane would throw his magic carpet monopoly away? Well, perhaps if I offered the right price. Not a hope. Could you imagine the mess there'd be? People were constantly zooming through Al-Kharid and Paladin-Neach. It'd be chaos. This way we can keep the carpet traffic outside towns and other busy places. I suppose getting stuck in a carpet jam could get a bit tiresome. Just think of the friction burns you would get if you were in a carpet crash. Can I help you with anything else? Look at the whole enterprise here. It's quite simple, really. Ali Morissane has hired myself and a few others to set up carpet stations at some of the desert's most populated places and run flights between the stations. So, why has he limited the service to just the desert? I don't think Ali is prepared to take on Gnome Air just yet. Their gliders are much faster than our carpets. Besides that, I think we are in the short haul business, something that would only work in harsh conditions like the desert. Why is that? I suppose because people would just walk. Getting lost isn't too much of a problem generally, but it's a different matter we're in the middle of the Caridian Desert, with a dry water skin and no idea which direction to go in. You're right, I guess. How's the business going? Not too bad. The hubs are generally quite busy, but the stations in Uzer and the Bedouin camp could do with a bit more traffic. A growth market, I guess. Is there anything else? On to travel by magic carpet. So here's the interface now. You can go from originally, it was more of a hub and spoke system. You can go to Alcarid, to Podovnich, and then also Uzer or something. It's a whole system. There's North Podovnich, South Podovnich. Then from there you can go to Narda, Sofanem, Menefos, but there's actually nothing to do in Menefos yet. And the Bedouin camp. A few places. I guess Alcarid Shantae Pass here is the other main hub. But with the interface here, we can now just go to anywhere. Also, I don't think Narda exists yet. That's okay. Uzer, Bedouin Camp, Podovnich, Sofanem. Generally, pretty good. Technically, we wouldn't be allowed to go around here, but it's a system. And plus, it is much more expensive. Technically, if we wanted to bring full inventory with things, we could drop some stuff, take the path, drop some things, take the path, take it again. It would end up being cheaper, but take longer. That's okay. For 1,000 coins, we can manage. To Podovnich. At least we still get the animation for flying up on the carpet. But then it would run you down at run speed all the way to the next destination, where you get off and then go about your day. And that was an achievement. We're here in Podovnich to do some thieving. I'm gonna grab a blackjack here for blackjacking. And now we need to get our prey here. We've got access to desert bandits, but those are a completely separate guy. So we're still stuck with the bearded Podovnichian bandits here. So, knockout. Another bandit will see me. Another bandit over here. We need to get them stuck in somewhere good. Preferably with a ladder. We can't close that because Simona exists here now. Interesting. Let's see if we can grab somebody and get them in here. We need a bearded one is the problem. There's you. Let's lure you over into the store here. Want to come show you something? Surprise. A few more levels, and we'll be able to upgrade to the non-bearded fellows. Those will be more XP and all that. Yeah. That almost works there. Let's get you in here. Close the curtain. No, you just walked right through it. Okay. Over here. Close the curtain. I don't think there is a die person here yet. Anyways. Knock him out. Pickpocket. Knock him out. Pickpocket. Knock him out. Pickpocket. And not liking our full inventory. The auto pickpocketing nonsense. Let's eat one shark to start here. Knock him out. Knock him out. Knock him out. Pick. Yeah. The auto pickpocketing is definitely a system here. No. Knock him out. Knock him out. Pick. Pick. Knock him out. Knock him out. Pickpocket. Pickpocket. Yes. Gonna need to get the timing down right here. It's definitely a little more awkward than it would be. Anyways, we're training thieving. Knock him out. It's gonna be a thing. 50 for thieving. That is a quest requirement. I think I've gotten some kind of a system working here. Knock it out. Then start pickpocketing. Knock him out again. Then you have to go for 2 attempts at knockout. One to stop the pickpocketing. The next one to actually start doing things. Pickpocket him. Pickpocket. The ticks and everything is definitely a problem here. I'm gonna keep trying to figure out how this is working now. It's definitely a system. It's definitely a system. 55 thieving. That is a saga requirement. Pickpocket knights. Pickpocket Polnivnian bandits with no beards. Potential quadruple loot from warriors. Potential double loot from Fremennik. And potential double loot from bearded bandits with 45 agility. All these duplicate chances aren't a thing yet. But knights and the non-bearded bandits are. Also, I think we found the actual way this works here. You're gonna knock out, pickpocket, pickpocket again, click the floor to cancel the auto pickpocketing. And then more knockouts and the like. So these guys were given 65 XP and 40 GP. Another knockout. Yeah, 65 and 40. So if we lure this guy out here, it's going to show you. What is it? It's called outside. Welcome outside. And grab a non-bearded guy here. Also turned off attack options. Just make things easier for me. Let's see if we only get one guy following us at the same time. The answer to that is no. You don't have to be so aggressive. And lose his aggro. And then anytime when we mess up with the bonking, you just go up the stairs and everything's fine. Alright. New other kind of bandit. Nope. Can't talk. They're not happy with what we did. Destroying their whole system here. Alright, you get lured. Want to show you something. Surprise, follow me. Oh, the die trader is even outside right now. That's very convenient. One less thing to get stuck clicking on inside here. So you come on in here. We close the curtain. And it begins. These are 84 XP and 50 GP. That is better. We'll probably have a lower success chance of the knocking out portion. But for more XP, still worth it. So yeah, this is still good. Still definitely a solid training method here. It's basically the same, just a different guy now. 56 thieving. That is a quest requirement. And potential triple loot from cave goblins with 46 agility. Alright. I think I figured out a little bit more of what's happening here. There seems to be 2 different pickpocketings when we knock this guy out. Once we knock him out. There is reach over, which is slow. And then there is a reach down, which is quick. If we reach down, we can quickly grab again. If we reach over, it's slower. And we kind of need to cancel it. Probably just an interference with the auto pickpocketing. But it's mostly working. 57 thieving. Nothing. 58 thieving. That is a quest requirement. And triple loot from master farmers. About that. 59 thieving. That is the chests in the Chaos Druid Tower north of Ardoin. You get blood runes from those. Those have been around for a very long time. But blood runes, not so helpful. 60 thieving. Milestone, achievement. Unlocks. That is 3 quest requirements and triple guards. 61 thieving. Pyramid plunder, room 5. Does not exist yet. 62 thieving. That is a mini quest requirement. Pickpocket, rogue enforcer, and miscellaneous safes. Those don't exist yet. 63 thieving. That is a quest requirement. Potential double loot from desert bandits. I think those are the... Oh, those are desert bandits. These are Plundinian bandits. So, wrong bandits. And also steal from customs evidence files. So, that doesn't exist yet. 64 thieving. That is a quest requirement. A lot of quests. 65 thieving. That is a whole bunch of things, my goodness. Pickpocket watchmen, pickpocket menfight thugs, triple Fremnik, triple bearded bandits, double knights, double non-bearded bandits, magic stalls, scimitar stalls, spice stalls, and sorceress's garden summer. Lots of these exist. Menfight thugs, most importantly. So we will head over that way. And while we do so, the Halloween event, if you can even call it that, is now over. Since I turned off the spammy pumpkins that pile a bunch of garbage into your bank, only ended up getting the free 1,000 hodiments here. And then there's the whole store. It's got a bunch of things in it. Just ended up getting one little cosmetic scythe thing here. It's got 2 sides. It's pretty neat. But yeah, no actual rewards from the holiday event. It's a system. Anyways, the other guys up there were 84 XP and 50 coins each. Let's even lure these guys out of here so there's only one. You out of here. And close the curtain. And knock out this one. 137 experience and 60 coins. So far more XP, a little bit more GP. Also the GP is stacking up nicely here, so that's also good. Yeah. Now we got these guys. Same idea. Slightly different side of town. 66 thieving. That is a cool west requirement. And quadruple cave goblins. Oh boy. 67 thieving. Nothing. 68 thieving. Quadruple master farmers. Also, I looked into it a little bit more. Quadruple is the maximum that this multiplier goes to. So, that's nice. 69 thieving. Caridian desert safes. No safes yet. Would be very good. 70 thieving. That is 2 quest requirements. Pickpocket paladins, quadruple guards, and camouflage fragments. Yet another of these elite skilling fragments that we can never get rid of. On the plus side, paladins do exist. Not gonna thieve them though. You can get like chaos runes or something. Not useful. Just gonna stay here. 71 thieving. Pyramid plunder, room 6. Still no pyramid plunder. 72 thieving. That is chests in King Lathas's castle in Ardoin. It's got sharks and other things. Neat. Does exist. 73 thieving. That is triple desert bandits. 74 thieving. That's a quest requirement. 75 thieving. That is a whole pile of things. My goodness. We got pickpocketing gnomes. And then all these duplicates here. Multiples. Quadruple Fremnik. Quadruple bearded bandits. Triple knights. Triple Polynymnians. Double watchmen. Double menophites. And then gem stalls. Flash powder factory. And the Triheron exoskeleton bracers. For plus 5% pickpocketing. Of these, gnomes, gem stalls. Yeah. And we'll see what this double loot chance ends up being. We just end up getting a little bit more money here. 76 thieving. Asgarnia safes. Nope. 77 thieving. Nothing. 78 thieving. Chests in Dorgish Khan. Not a place yet. 79 thieving. Nothing. 80 thieving. Milestone. Achievement. And all that. We can pickpocket from heroes now. Very fun. Double paladins. And camouflage outfit pieces. With invention. That's what the fragments are for. Anyways. Heroes. Also, not particularly useful. The especially high level thieving targets also are much more difficult to thieve from, so still just being here. 81 thieving. Pyramid Plunder, room 7. Still doesn't exist. 82 thieving. Pick lock to enter agility dungeon from no. We actually can do that. If that needs a lockpick, though, the lockpick is inside the Yenno agility dungeon. So, unless I want to go in there multiple times, that's not actually too helpful. Does exist, though. That's something. 83 thieving. That is quadruple loot from Desert Bandits, Kandarin safes, and pickpocketing Crux Equal Knights. We're also to the point here where we don't get the bonuses because our agility is not high enough. So, slightly more accurate not getting those from specific guys, but none of this exists. 84 thieving. Nothing. And there's 85 thieving. That's enough. That unlocks a quest requirement. Pickpocketing elves. Quadruple knights, quadruple Polynymnians, triple watchmen, triple menophites, and double gnomes. Don't think we even pickpocket elves yet. The ones you can pickpocket don't exist yet. There's a few elves that exist, but not too worried about that. Anyways, that is decent enough. Just drop the blackjack here. Done blackjacking. Got our revenge on Paul Dimnich here. Got 1,377,000 coins. Withdraw. All that. And we are up to a nice cash stack here of 6,257,000. So that's pretty good. So now that we have 85 thieving, we're going to go and thieve from Master Farmers. We've got a lot of stuff going for us here. Multiple pickpockets, auto pickpocketing, and if it overflows, it just goes on the floor. Can't really turn any of those off, so is what it is. So we'll be able to grab quite a few seeds here with minimal effort, which will be very nice for when farming exists. And on July 11th, 2005, farming exists. So, here we go. We still can get caught sometimes here, but overall it's pretty good. All the seeds already existed, so this is just... now we can use them. So, that'll be good. We've got a whole bunch of stuff for the farming skill. It's a pretty serious update here. We've got a bunch of new farming patches all over the world. We got allotments, flowers, herbs, hops, bushes, trees, fruit trees, and even some special ones. We need to go to a farming store to get our first supplies and get to a patch. Just gonna grab at least a few starter seeds here. Seems to be doing a bit of damage, though we might want to mostly do this in Ardoin so we can grab some food at the same time. Not doing a huge amount of damage. We kind of need to be aware that we can't go into banks currently. Not that we'd really want to, because that would heal us and that's not appropriate. Of course, all this auto pickpocketing is also not, but that's alright. While we gather some seeds here, some interesting things to note is that originally we were still in the unidentified herbs times here, and seeds were just called herb seeds for a little bit. So much like your herbs, you would not know what seeds you had unless you organized things correctly and paid attention. But that was changed fairly quickly. We're just gonna grab a good chunk of seeds here. Yeah, potato seeds. That's most of what we need. Any of the defenders, marigolds. There's some guam and tarramin seeds. Basically, we can get all of the seeds, besides like the tree seeds here. Those are more from the bird's nests. That's alright. Let's grab a few more things here. And then we're going to have to drop a lot of them. Inventory space is going to be an entire situation now. There are very, very many more seeds than we have inventory spaces. And that's okay. That should be at least a good start here. We can always go and thieve more master farmers in more places. Looks like we are going to need food for that though, so Ardoin it's going to be then. There's more master farmers in more places. It's all good. So let's get over to the basically like the starter farming area. Got a big patch here and a good store right next to it. This is the same at all of the allotment flower herb patches. And nearby, person to trade. Hello, how can I help you? What are you selling? Or farming stuff. We're going to need a lot of these. Like a rake, and a seed dibber, and a spade. That should be alright. They got a few interesting things in here. Got some pots, compost, containers, plant cures. And also a few other things in here that are not in here yet. But not gonna worry about that. Let's drop a few things we don't need here. Really don't need the bush seeds or a woad seed or hop seeds. Those are not really what we're trying to do right now. Herb seeds are definitely going to be something we are interested in. We'll hold on to those for now. Move things around. Rosemary, maybe. And let's get some compost. These will be very helpful. I also probably put the rest of the different tools in here with the tool leprechaun. Tool leprechauns. Incredibly convenient for all your farming needs because they have an exchange where you can store some stuff. Like the rake, seed dibber, spade, trowel, secateurs, watering can, composts. To slightly different amounts one of each tool, 31 regular buckets, 255 compost and super compost, and that's it. Later on, you get more things in here, more amounts. Oh, it's all good. We'll grab some more stuff from the store here. And we have access to these stores at like all the major farming spots, so we can always go and grab some more stuff. Trade again. We'll grab the secateurs, trowel, a watering can, why not? More compost. Might as well fill up the watering can. Why not? Not that we're really going to be using the watering can too much. Would be more useful for trees, but that would require wood cutting to get the tree seeds for the most part. So, mostly going to be dealing with this kind of setup right here. Let's change some more stuff with the tool leprechaun. Some more compost in, put these in. And we'll take out the things we actually need. And some compost. Why not? Probably just 3. Also here, at the place, we've got a person we can talk to buy some of the supplies. And a compost bin, which is very useful. We can just buy all the regular compost from the stores, but the compost bin is slightly more helpful. We can put things inside it, like these weeds. Originally, the compost bins would hold 15 items, and then you would have to wait, and then they would make the compost for you. A lot of that changed in a later update. Suddenly it's a whole system now. All goes to the same place. Thousands of compost. Really is quite something. First we need to rake all these weeds here, which also were not originally noted. So that's the system. Lots of little things changed. Lots of little things changed. Let's just get rid of the weeds here. That's not quite enough to start making compost here. Let's go grab some cabbages. Compost can be made from pretty much any plants. And then there is super compost, which only can be made from very specific, better things. And there is 2 farming already. Wild. That unlocks marigolds. Delightful. Starting off, I want to be able to plant potatoes, then also salve nettles and cave potatoes in Daemonheim. Marigolds protect onions, tomatoes, and potatoes from disease, so that's going to be helpful to have. We only have the 2 marigold seeds though, so that's alright. Compost gives XP, planting gives XP, and the weeds are back, great. Weeds, not too helpful. Just kind of gotta get rid of them. Eventually, we won't need to worry about weeds. Well, that's not for a while. So we're just going to get some more weeds, dump some more compost, keep planting potatoes. That should be good. I have these empty buckets. We can put those back in here for now. Although it only stores 31, so a little bit more awkward to deal with. And then, once we have everything set up here, we can check the compost bin. It's got 15 regular compost being made. It's going to be awkward to try to remember how many compost we have. It's not a huge deal, but just don't overload it. We should be fine. Then we will. Get more weeds when we get there. Grab 1 more cabbage, I guess. So we could probably try to get some super compost going. Probably a good idea. But now, we just need to head to the other allotments here. There's one here, near Falador. And then the next one that we're going to go to is out here in Port Sarim. Yeah, Port Phasmatis. Different place. The other one was near Port Sarim. new farming store right here at the undead farm. And then right over to another patch where, much like the first one, we can make some compost. Just save a bit of money. Not really any reason to make regular compost, honestly. Just, you get in there. Then we rake all the patches, get more weeds, put all the weeds in here, and get 3 farming. Just a little bit of farming here. Now we can grow barley, which is a very interesting item, because barley makes barley malt, and that's used for brewing. It is very interesting, along with all the other hops and stuff. Not really something we're going to make too much use of, I don't think, especially since the things you can make with brewing you don't really need for the most part. So we'll be just fine not worrying about that. Let's put the rest of these in here and get this compost going, technically, kinda. Probably gonna want to go make some super compost. Would be a good idea. Anyways, grab 3 more compost here. Plant some stuff here, I guess. We can plant the other marigold. Help protect the potatoes here at least a little bit. And the potatoes. Just a little bit of XP for planting stuff and the compost. Most of it comes from the actual harvesting, which we will get to when we get to it. But still, it's a bit of XP. Enough to get to level 4 farming. That is Hammerstone hops. The first one. Very good. Let's try some of these. Let's go see the brewing situation. That's over this way. There's 2 places to brew. One in Keldegrim, and one over here in Port Pasmatis, where we should be able to get something very helpful done. Probably gonna need the Amulet Ghost Speak. Over here's ghosts. Down a trapdoor in the inn here. Let's go check it out. Climb down. And we got Metroculus here. Hello, you need help with brewing? Yeah, I want some ale yeast. Need a pot for me to put the yeast in. Oh, we don't have a pot. We're gonna need pots then. I think we can get the pots from the general store here. So, we can do that. And we definitely want ale yeast. Not to actually do any brewing, but for a completely different thing here. With brewing, you can make a bunch of the drinks that already existed, like Dwarven Stouts, Asgardian Ales, Green Men's Ales, Wizard Mind Bombs, Dragon Bitters, and Moonlight Meads. And also, some new things, like cider, and Axeman's Folly, Chef's Delight, and Slayer's Respite. So all those give a boost to some other things, like woodcutting, and cooking, and Slayer. And there's also a chance that the brews become mature, and then they are more fancy, and give better buffs. Buy some ale yeast, 5 vector tokens. Fill all the pots. And we are out of vector tokens. It's an achievement, but the real achievement is we only have 1 ecto token left. I think we get 5 from each bone, so we can't actually get that to 0. That's more the number of ecto tokens we should have. And now we can't do that. We need to get the ale yeast from the one in Keldegrim that doesn't cost ecto tokens, or just get some more ecto tokens. It's fine either way. Not too worried about it. So, this is brewing. We're gonna do some stuff. Probably not going to. Solves our ecto token problem. That's pretty much it. Let's go over to Camelot now and get to the next spot. over in Catherby, we've got the next big ol' allotment section here. We don't have any extra things to put in here. There's no wheat field here yet. So I'm probably just going to drop these weeds. That's alright. We don't have any more marigolds, so we can't really plant those here. What else we got? Rosemary? That's not too helpful. So we're just going to plant the potatoes, hope for the best. Seems good enough to me. Space for all these weeds. Not supposed to stack. Grab us 2 more compost here. We always just buy more regular compost. It's not a huge deal. Put some potatoes in. Let's go. Let's do a little bit more XP. More potatoes over here. With more compost. Always a good idea to use compost. Makes things die less. And gets you more yields. 5 farming. We now have a quest requirement, hand plant onions. So, onions are now an option. Isn't that fun? Let's see here. Still don't have anything that's going to protect the onions, so probably going to stack up more of those. And that really means we kind of don't need potato seeds anymore. They're not exactly good, since we can plant better stuff. Let's get to the last allotment patch here in Ardoin, which is now connected with the whole manor farm area. That was a whole update later here. Really made farming very easy. We gotta do it the old-fashioned way here. Go around here, up to the patch. Much like all the other ones, there is a farming store nearby. There was one in Catherby too. Yeah. More farming, more good times. I'm gonna make another bunch of regular compost here, because why not? But yeah, that's pretty much it. We rake them, put stuff in, wait for it to grow. And the growth times are all quite different. It's alright though. For the lowest level things, it's decently quick at least. And it was even quicker to start because of interesting mechanics where you could dig up your plants and just plant more seeds. So technically the best way to get farming XP was constantly not farming anything, which was pretty wild. A lot of people also just kind of stood around waiting for their plants to grow, which is also not incredibly efficient, obviously. Well, that's okay. We've got things we can work on while we wait, like getting more seeds. Now we're planting some onions. There we go. And plant some more. Almost gets us another level here. Make some more flowers. Make some patches again. The weeds keep coming back, which is definitely a thing. And another one here. That is 6 farming. Brilliant stuff. Nothing at 6. Shame. Alright. So now we have to wait for our crops to grow, basically. And that'll take a different amount of time. While we wait for that, let us store the tools so we have more inventory space to work with. And go thieve from master farmers. We also can drop the ghost speak amulet here. Don't need that. So yeah. We got teleports to Falador, Port Phasmatis, Camelot, and Ardoin, getting us everywhere we need to be. So that's good. So let's go find the master farmer around here somewhere and start stealing a big old pile of seeds. Should be great. Good thing I checked on these. My onions are diseased. Let's fix that, shall we? Been thieving a lot, and it works slightly differently than I had possibly expected. I guess I did see how it was working previously, so probably should have known about that, but grab some plant cures here. For thieving, it stops the auto pickpocketing when you have a full inventory. So that's no good. And it also doesn't drop extra things on the ground. So we need to keep dropping the extra seeds we don't want. While we're here, though, we should probably get a marigold in here. Do the whole exchange here, take the things we need. Bought some more regular compost from the store. This will try to protect the onions a little bit more here. In theory, some of the other ones might also be done by now, but we'll just keep thieving for a little bit here. And onions here. Nope. Marigold here. Very good. Also been looking around, looking into drop rates from the master farmers and what kind of herbs we want to use. So, getting a selection here. Just gonna keep thieving for a bit. Looks like that got diseased on the first stage there, so yeah. It's gonna be a bit. Well, that was definitely something. As we were thieving, it was doing less and less damage. So I'm like, oh, I can just let this go down nice and low. Went too low, activated the Ring of Life there. So gonna go make another one of those. Definitely want that to be a thing. Noted. Was not going to die, was not in any danger, but did activate the Ring of Life, so gonna have to go get everything for that. That's okay. And probably just heal up here would be smart. And then by the time we're done with that, maybe we will be ready to do a farm run. Hilarious. Alright, time to harvest. Starting with the onions. 11 XP, no, 10.5 maybe, per onion here. Lots more XP for the harvesting portion. And that's all of them. We can use the Tool Leprechaun to note things, make it easier to drop them and everything. Inventory space is definitely becoming a problem. And there is 7 farming. Grabbed the finished compost out of the compost bin, just the ones that were put here. I'm not going to mess with regular compost anymore. There's 7 farming. That is cabbage, nurture evil oak tree saplings, and sagewort. So cabbage exists. So we can plant some cabbage. Like a fun plan. Unfortunately, we cannot plant rosemary, which would protect the cabbage. So, in theory, it might be better to plant more onions here. But, I mean, we're probably going to get more levels. Maybe we come back and plant the rosemary. I don't know. Plant the cabbage here, though. With the amount of compost we're going to need, I'll probably just run back and forth to one of the stores, just get a whole pile of it, and then just drop the buckets. That'll be fine. And we can pick the marigold here, since it's not going to actually help. And it's a little bit more XP, I guess. Yoink. And that is 8 farming. Brilliant. Asgardian hops. Very good. So now we just need to go to all the other patches and do more of the same. All this regular compost and no protection's really not working out here. The potatoes are diseased. That's no good. You go grab some plant cures here. Is that the right room? Who's got the farm in store these days? Catherine's been changed around. There we go. Unfortunately, the leprechaun cannot hold plant cures, so that's not an option just yet. Cure my potatoes. Cure the other potatoes. I guess we can plant a marigold here, as much as it would help, which is just a little bit. In theory. I don't think we're going to use super compost for everything, because that'd be a lot of super compost to make. But we need to improve things here, clearly. Falador fared a lot better here. we got lots of potatoes. They're only 9 XP, so a little bit less. That's okay. Potatoes are not too useful for much yet. Basically, you make stews. Later on, there will be much more interesting potato things to do, so that's nice. Another option that we could have here for plants and stuff and having it live would be to pay to get the farmers to look after our crops, which could be nice. But it also requires a bunch of other, mostly just other farming things, so whether or not we could even make use of it is the question. And there is 9 farming. That is Guam. We've got Guam seeds, for sure. But we might want to get the super compost before we mess with the herbs. And then there's also the entire situation with inventory space. If we get the seeds and the herbs, it's going to be a lot. So we'll have to think about that. And just a bit more disease here in Port Phasmatis. Cure the potatoes. That should be good now. Got 1 set of potatoes here. That's alright. And 10 farming. Milestone achievement. Redberry bushes. And also Wildercrest in Damonheim. I'm not really going to do much with bushes either. Not too useful. Exists though, so that's something. 11 farming. We can now plant rosemary, which would protect cabbages. There's kind of no point at this point, since one more level we won't be planting any more cabbages anyways, so I'm not going to worry about that. Another option we have here is talking to the farmers and buying something. You sell me something? That depends on whether I have it to sell. What's it you're looking for? Opens a store here where normally it would just be an interface. 1 plank here. Slightly more expensive than just going to the store, but also more convenient. There you go. And it is one of them behind now. Ugh. Timing. It's a situation, for sure. But we can harvest these other ones here, so let's keep at it here. Cabbages are 12 or 11.5 XP each. So again, just slightly better than the last stuff. Cabbages. We can drop these. Could put these in sacks and baskets and all kinds of stuff. Use it to pay for other things. Not super worth it. Let's plant more cabbages here. Inventory space. It's a thing. 12 farming. That is tomatoes. For whatever reason, these go back to being protected by the marigolds. So, that's good. And we don't need cabbage seeds anymore. So, 1 more compost here. We got all sorts of partial stuff. These cabbages aren't done. Let's also get weeded again. We will get this all settled eventually here. But now, tomato plants. Fantastic. 13 farming. Jute. You can use that to make basket or sack or something. Not very useful. 14 farming. That is a quest requirement. And Marintil. Still need to get the super compost going to do herbs. We're slowly stacking up more and more here. Really am considering which ones we actually want to be using. Inventory space. Such a problem. 15 farming. That is oak trees and nurture evil willow tree saplings. Trees are definitely a lot more XP, but we need to get those from woodcutting, so Not really doing that right now. Not set up at all to do a pile of wood cutting. And all the birds' nests. One funny thing about cabbages that we kind of no longer need to deal with since we've moved on to tomatoes is the leprechaun at the Falador farm doesn't note the cabbages because there's a cabbage field right next to it. And apparently that would have been overpowered or something. So, there you go. You can still just put all the cabbages in sacks, though, so not a huge deal either way. It's fine. Didn't want to keep the cabbages anyways. Time to get some stuff for super compost. Going to be picking pineapples from pineapple plants here on Karamja. Right here by Brimhaven. And then, if you can find one more pineapple plant here somewhere. There's probably some. There's one. We can grab pineapples here. We might get more inventory space. And then run the pineapples up to this farming patch here. And use the pineapples with the tool leprechaun. And there you go. Noted pineapples. So we're going to get some of these. I've got a rough estimate of how many herb seeds I'm going to be farming here. And it is a large number. So I'm going to get a large number of pineapples. Technically, for inventory space purposes, it'd probably be smart to only get like 60 at a time or something. It's more convenient though. Grab all these, keep looking for more, and see what the respawns are like. And I'm just gonna grab a bunch of pineapples. It's gonna be great. 16 farming. That is Yanillian hops. Bunch of hops, not using any. Enjoying the awkward situation of unnoting pineapples at the bank to put in the compost bins. It's a situation. But definitely going to be worth it once we have some super compost going. Going to be real nice. 17 farming. That is a quest and a mini quest requirement. Rabbits and Manor Farm. That would be so much faster. But does not exist for a very long time. 18 farming. Valerian in Damonheim. No dungeoneering just yet. 19 farming. That is Terramins. So we can plant the first 3 seeds here. And I would, if the super compost was done. But it's not. 20 farming. Milestone achievement, all that. That is sweet corn and blight leaf. Sweet corn does exist. We got seeds for it right here. Unlike the other allotments that we've had, we can't protect the sweet corn. That needs a scarecrow, which requires a watermelon, which we can't get because that's from farming, and etc., etc. But we can grow it. I'm just going to probably die more often. But that does mean we can switch things up here. Since we're here. I'm going to get rid of the marigold. That's not going to be helpful. And switch this up with some limport roots. Go for it. Why not? We don't have the level, that's why not. Yeah. Sweet corn. Planted. Marigold or not, doesn't make a difference. But we can plant some sweet corn here. We're definitely getting the higher level allotment seeds less frequently, so it's a situation. It's going to be a mix of things, I feel. There's the super compost. I'm going to be running back and forth to the stores, put some buckets away. Just generally, I'm going to grab all this, put more pineapples in. It's going to be great. Running to banks and stores and Leprechaun and just everywhere. It's worth it to have some super compost. Woo! 21 farming. Gonna plant some stuff in the herb patch here. Not gonna be Crandorian hops though. Those are hops. Then we're going to go with the Terroman. We're going to go with the Limports. At least start that idea. We're still concerned about the inventory space, that's for sure. Terroman here with the Super Compost. Very nice. And applying that even gives more XP, so that's good too. Might want to get to the point where we're not planting tomatoes. We'll see how we go. First sweet corn harvest. 19 experience each. Everything we get just keeps getting better. Also, we need to get even more per patch. I think obviously the super compost would help with that, but it'd be a lot of super compost. Regular compost will get the job done here at least. Maybe if we just keep making just tons and tons of it. It's at least something. It's at least something. Still don't have the level to put a limpert here, so that's fine. Just more of this. 22 farming. Cadaver berry bushes and nurture evil maple trees. More bushes we're not going to do anything with. 23 farming. That is scarecrows, which would be great for protecting the sweet corn, but needs a watermelon. So, no, doesn't work. Also, we can harvest our first herbs here, so that's fun. Originally, there was no grimy herbs at this stage, so you actually just get the clean ones. So we're going to need to clean them, and then we can note them with the leprechaun. Also means we can note herbs from other places, which will be very nice in the future. Yeah, a little bit of XP here. Still a lower level plant. We can now start stocking these up. One problem we're going to face here is the limperts not given very many limperts compared to the amounts we get from the herb seeds. So that's also going to be a thing. We will deal with that. 24 farming. Nasturtiums. Those are only useful for protecting watermelons, which we can't grow yet. The flowers really seem to be a bit of a mess. That's okay. 25 farming. That's a quest requirement, woad, and the scroll of life. That'd be nice to have. Doesn't exist yet. Could plant woad, not going to. That's alright. 26 farming. And that means we can now grow limports and harlanders. And also a quest requirement. And so we will grow some limports. Right here. The other 3 patches still have tomatoes being protected by marigolds. So this one, where the sweet corn just keeps getting diseased here, unfortunately, is where we will start growing some limports. Looking great. 27 farming. That is apple trees. Fruit trees are even more XP. Would also be good to have. Again, bird nest though. 28 farming. That is wild blood hops, chickens, and a second small animal pen. Don't exist, not doing that. I guess we technically could plant hops, but again, inventory space. Don't need to be juggling even more seeds than this. 29 farming. Cool West requirement, goutweed, and aloe. None of those exist yet. Time to do some herb lore. The limports are just not going to work out, I don't think. And even when they do, and the one that we've planted has been diseased like 3 times, it's only 3, so really not worth it. So now we have all these terramins that we need to deal with without limport roots. But we have the answer to that, and that is serum 207s. So we're going to grab an axe and a tinderbox. These guys sell vials of water. Gonna burn some logs, fill up the vials of water with the fountains here, unnote the terramins at the bank. It's all going to work out. And we can get this slot here too. More inventory spaces is also very important for the thieving portion, because it stops if it's full. Running around juggling fires and ashes and stuff, not worth it. Herbal XP is here, but I got better options. So we're going to drop some other things here. Technically, we still have some terramins in the ground, so we're going to have to deal with that. But I'm not going to mess with terramins, since we still have a good access to limpert roots. Not going to mess with quarms. And also not going to deal with toad flax, I don't think. The frog legs are just too far away from things. That leaves us with a few less herbs here, and more inventory space, which is nice. 30 farming. Milestone achievement. Grabbing the 3 limpert roots that we're probably ever going to farm here. That's a quest requirement. Willow trees, nurture evil yew, roseblood, and Hetzoisis, cultivate rose bushes. Willows exist. 31 farming. Strawberries. We got some seeds for that. We could technically plant it here, along with our cursed sweet corn that never grows. 32 farming. Rainars. Very good. I got some of those. We'll plant those later. Here's the first strawberry harvest. A lot more XP for these. 29. Pretty good. There's nothing that can protect strawberries. I mean, yet, I guess. So they are very prone to disease. These can be put in baskets to bring a lot of food in one inventory space. That's not too important. Also, of note, there is no longer plant death as of the 2022 big farming update. So things are just going to stay diseased the entire time. We might be able to clear them, possibly. That might be slightly more accurate. Either way. 33 farming. Banana trees. Neat. Also, I think we're going to transition away from tomatoes here. Go plant some nasturtiums for later. Get all the marigolds out. 34 farming. Guess all mushrooms in Damonheim. Nope. 35 farming. That is sheep and medium pens for the whole farming thing that doesn't exist. And also 1,500 total, if you include the skills that don't exist. That's slowly getting a smaller number here, so that's good. 36 farming. Dwellberry bushes and spiritweed. That herb does not exist yet. Still not doing bushes. 37 farming. That is nurture evil magic trees. I'm super composting strawberries, but also running out of strawberry seeds here, so it's a thing. Better XP though. 38 farming. That is toad flax. We dropped all the toad flax seeds. Using super compost for everything now. Totally worth it. Definitely going to require us to get tons more pineapples and stuff though. Or maybe watermelons once we get there. That's also an option. Anyways. 86 thieving. That is Wyco merchants. Don't exist yet. And an entire level pickpocketing seeds here. We've gotten a few. And we're going to get a few more. 39 farming. Orange trees. Man, trees would be better XP. Anyways. Also basically out of strawberry seeds, so considering if I'm going to be super composting sweet corn here. Considering it. 40 farming. Milestone achievement. All that. Quest requirement, wormwood, and brile. Don't exist. 41 farming. Nothing. 42 farming. That is curry trees, which do exist. And then later on, evil turnips, nurture elder tree, evil saplings, frogs, and small dino pens. 43 farming. Nothing. 44 farming. That is irrit. Also have some of those seeds. 45 farming. Quest requirement and maple trees actually do exist. 46 farming. Wurgali. That's not a herb yet. My goodness. 47 farming. Watermelons. Now we can plant all these watermelon seeds we got. And also use those watermelons to make scarecrows to protect sweet corn. But just not going to do that since it's really bad XP. This is the level I wanted to get here before just kind of ignoring the allotments for the most part. We'll be planting the watermelons and then using them later for super compost. 48 farming. And that is gingerberry bushes. Oh boy. 53 herb lore. Just from cleaning the herbs here. That is hunter potions and fishing mixes. No. And here's the first watermelon harvesting. These give 55 experience each. And apparently that's also an achievement. Wild. That's so much more than any of the other farming things for the allotments. So that's pretty nice. And they can also be turned into super compost. So that's another win. 49 farming. That is a quest requirement, cows, and large animal pens. Not yet, but good to have. 50 farming, milestone, achievement, unlock, and also level 50 all skills again. That gets us a mini quest requirement, Avanto, Duskweed, Het's Oasis, Iris Bushes, Garden of Carid, multi-seeding tier 1. Of those, Avanto exists, and we even have some seeds here, so we will be growing those. 51 farming. That is pineapple plants. Very, very nice. And also Magebane and Damonheim. No. 87 thieving. Stocking up a little bit again on seeds here. That is nothing. 52 farming. That is white lilies. Don't exist. 71 magic. From just teleporting to all the different patches. That is Cure Me, Hunter Kit, and Orania Teleport. Those are not on the spellbooks that exist. So, not yet. 53 farming. That is a quest requirement, Jade Vine, related to that quest requirement, and Bittercap Mushrooms. Might exist. That's a special kind of thing. Not that mushrooms would do much for us right now. Well, that's okay. 88 thieving. That is Cyclosis villagers. Once we can get to Cyclosis. 54 farming. That's a quest requirement, Vine Blossoms, and Chinchampas. None of those. It is time to celebrate. We have finally stolen enough seeds. And yes, this is enough seeds here. We're just gonna drop the thousands upon thousands of other seeds here that we don't need. Has a high value? Does it now? Gee, 226 times 10,000? I guess. Total value of those thousands and thousands of potato, onion, cabbage, tomato, barley, hammerstone, and marigold seeds. 5.3 million. So that's definitely something. Definitely something. But we did not need those at all. Those were just the most common seeds, which we kept in the inventory so we didn't need to keep dropping them. Anyways, no more thieving. That's done now. That's fantastic. So we just need to plant all of these seeds. But again, to celebrate being done with the thieving portion of this whole farming mess, we're gonna get a lot of stuff. Like this here purple Christmas present, which has oddments. That is from one of the Christmas events, the Advent calendar. Things are coming from here. Nothing super crazy, for the most part. But there's also other things. We got an unending pile of events going on. So we will get our cosmetic rewards, shall we? Like the Hero Pass, which is now done. Or done tomorrow, as of today. But we're not going to be getting that much more Battle Pass XP stuff. So let us claim all of our rewards here. Let's go 61. We claimed level 61. Do we need to? Alright, claim this reward? Yeah. Alright. Gotta click here, and then click here. Everything about this whole thing was just a giant mess. We got titles. Sure. We just start from 1 and have it open automatically. Claim. Claim. Guess not. Cosmetics and tokens and things. Claim all these individually. Be right back. Okay, this button might have worked. The claim all button. We got missions, and here there's purchase levels, which I thought this was connected to the purchase. But claim all should work here. So mostly we're getting cosmetics, emblems, which we can buy, other cosmetics, I think, more cosmetics, and a whole bunch of oddments because Ironman, and titles. But we're gonna keep hardcore Ironman, even if it isn't hardcore ultimate. Close enough. So claim all. There we go. Main rewards 9 and base 13. We claim 30 rewards. Claim all again to claim more. So it only claims 30 things at a time. Okay. So that's everything up to level 61, I guess. Sure. If I bothered with any of the missions and things, I would have gotten more, but literally cannot be asked to deal with this interface. So we didn't. And we won't. And we got some Underworld emblems, which you can trade in for all of these things. What do we want? Spend 5,000 emblems. Don't have that many. Get some pets, animations, other consumables. Again, a lot of things locked for Ironman, which is good. Let's just grab some somethings here. Let's get the red ones. Are we ever going to use any of these cosmetics? Probably not. But we can get them. That. All the red ones owned. Pretty much. Got the Elite Fremenic, I guess. Get some just full outfits like that one. We have 400 more. What can we even purchase? So how about some more Elite Fremenic stuff? If there's not going to be any more of these battle passes, all these cosmetic things might be not available anymore. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Okay. That is the Hero Pass. We got some more oddments. Tons of cosmetics. My goodness. The Advent calendar is going to be continuing. Probably going to get more cosmetics from that. anything with any gameplay advantages we will deal with when it shows up, I guess. But we still have another event, which has multiple events. It's so much things going on. This button here, Christmas Village Teleport. Teleports you to the Christmas Village. Oh boy. Unlike the Halloween event, which was not an event, there actually is a Christmas event, which is good. In the form of a little mini quest, and then activities, and a raffle, and nice points, and paper, and just, we'll start with the event. There's so much going on. Santa! Ho ho ho! It's great to see you, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. And glad tidings at that, for I could do with a little bit of your help. I have been keeping my eye on you, as I do all the year, and every year, and noticed you're something of a quester. You don't say. A problem solver and a fixer-upper. I suppose you could say that. How can I be of service? How best to put it, Christmas spirit seems to be on the low end this year. I was just passing through Varrock and noticed no decorations are up. I thought it a bit strange. Perhaps they're just a little bit behind, you know, with the looming threats to the north that it might have slipped their mind. But then I made my way down southwest into Falador and noticed the same. Odd, perhaps a slight mistake. It's not like Ceramic Vars would forget about it. He's the first to have a warm cup of mulled wine. There is no mistaking his Christmas spirit. Further south I go, and even the quiet streets of Lumbridge lack any form of decorations. And this is where you come in. Together, we need to raise their spirits. Make people excited for Christmas again. Could you do that? Could you help the townsfolk discover their love of Christmas again? Help bring a spark, a glow, a flash, and a twinkle. It's Snowbother. This is sort of a quest, but it's also not. It is seasonal. Only exists during Christmas, does not give quest points. There's been some weird stuff with quests, and mini quests, and quests that don't give quest points, and all that. But this is now. So this is now. We've currently spent months on the first day of farming. Why not go to the future for a little bit? Get something else going on here. No requirements, no problems, except, oh ho ho, I knew I'd be able to count on you, young Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Now, to help you along, perhaps I could ask a second favor of you. We have a new starter here by the name of Benny. I hope that you could join up with him here. Something. Press the spacebar too fast. Now, I best be going. This time of year is rather busy, as I'm sure you understand. I have a grotto to prepare. Let's see if we can get that actual thing here. New star here by the name of Marvin. Oh my gosh, he changed his name. We talked to Santa and he changed the name of the snow imp that's standing next to us. Hope you'll be able to show them the magic of Christmas. Oh, oh, oh. Wild stuff. He's got a grotto to prepare. Take care of each other. I'm counting on you both. Wait. Oh, and away he goes. Hello, Snow Imp. It's Snowbother Quest. Santa mentioned there was a problem with Christmas decorations this year. What can you tell me? We've had our imp reps from across the world report of no deckies whatsoever. Not a tree, garland, bauble, candy, holly, candy cane in any of the halls. And no lights and all. It's not good. Not good at all. And now the big boss himself is getting involved in all. Why is no decorations a problem? There's no Christmas spirit, and that's a real problem. Well then, let's have a look at fixing that, shall we? It is Christmas after all, and who doesn't love a good set of decorations? Ah, and that's the kind of Christmas spirit we're looking for, Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Let's see what the city reps have to say. Last time I saw him, they was sitting near the Christmas spirit map, south of Santa's Grotto. The Christmas spirit map, south of Santa's Grotto, with the representatives. Have a gander at the map table. Let's hear it then. Falador hasn't seen a Christmas tree in years. Makes no franken sense, if you ask me. Varrock ain't got no lights. But why? we've had some financial issues of late, you see. King Roland was caught up in business with that new 4 and 3, so our budget for baubles just isn't there. That's no good. And what about Lumbridge? Ever since the big battle of Lumbridge with gods raging and all, they've not been feeling Christmassy. It's been all wrath and no wreath. And what is the worst case scenario if Christmas spirit remains low across the cities? The Land of Snow. It's built on the spirit of Christmas and people believing. If the people of the world aren't happy around Christmas, then the land around us gets sad and starts to wither. It's only ever happened once before, and that's a tale they tell naughty imps at bedtime. They don't know what's good for them. They say Santa goes away and never comes back. Probably why the old blighter is all up in the business himself. Could just be a story, but you can't be too careful these days. A bedtime story coming to life. Classic. How can I help? You arrived just in the nick of time. That's right. We've been thinking of... We make up some deckies, ship them off to the cities, then decorate whenever everyone else is sleeping. Solid plan. Where to get started? We have a whole decoration station. It's not far. You have a keen eye and can spot it, no doubt. Let's get to it. The decoration station. Create decoration bench. Here we get to make some decorations here with all these different supplies and a nice little progress bar. You paint a bauble, but it breaks. You start another. How do we manage to break a bauble painting it? One by one, you carefully place a small firefly in each fairy light. Time consuming. You forget to seal a line of lights. You start over. We're terrible at this. This is crafting. We got 62 crafting. Should be fine. Your hands begin to numb with the amount of holly wreaths made. As you do. And there we go. Before you know it, hundreds of decorations lay before you. I guess making hundreds of decorations there was pretty efficient. Well, I'll be plum pudding. You've done it. We'll get these out to Falador, Lumbridge, and Varrock. Meet you there. So they've sent the decorations to Falador, Lumbridge, and Varrock. So need to go to Falador, Lumbridge, and Varrock. Falador we can do. We have the runes for that. Probably gonna need to hit up a rune shop for the other teleports. Or we could just run. That's also an option. Either way. Here in Falador, search the sleigh, where we brought all the decorations and stuff. Bloody hell! What's the matter? Well, the naughty list just got longer. Someone's made off with all the decorations. So much for a time of giving. And all the imps are missing too. That's it. Next year I'm booking my annual holly leaf over Christmas. Keep your pointy little chin up. We'll find the decorations. And the imps too. Yeah, we also sent a bunch of imps here to help. They're also gone. I'm one to talk about stealing, because all the seeds. But still. There's a pile of snow. Crikey! I ain't been that scared since, well, last Christmas. Found the missing snow imps around Falador. Just need to find the snow imps. Another snow imp over here. And presumably the snow imps also have the decorations. Because we're only finding the imps here. Oh, thank you, my stuffed stockings, you found me. 3 out of 5. Kind of noticeable by the big piles of snow here. Very suspicious. Very cool. Found him. And the last pile of snow here. I was scared as a slow turkey. Thanks for finding me, mate. That's all the imps rounded up and decorations recollected. So we best get to shoving them up. Let's sniff out a good spot for the first tree, eh, matey? Thought I saw a nice place for a tree outside the pub in the courtyard. Right here. Add missing Christmas decorations. And then, some hours later, lots of baubles smashed, leaves shaken, halls decked, holly bowed, stocking stuffed and garlands hung. It is Christmas in Falador. Ta-da! Oh, would you look at that? Brings a frozen tear to my eye, that does. Marvelous. We ought to get cracking onto the next city. Yeah. Put up a bunch of lights, tree, some poles. Everything looking fantastic. I think we can just run to Lumbridge and Varrock. Should be fine. Although we also might want to teleport to other places too. I think I'll go grab some runes. Got more decorations just all over the place. We got presents under the trees. Giant candy canes. Overall, it's a good time. It's a good time. Looks like it's much the same story here in Lumbridge. Just as we thought. Missing Imps and missing Deckies. Let's have a look around here. See if we can see nothing. Can't see, can't see, can't not see nothing. Find the snow. Just right in here in the church. Crikey. Finding the missing snow wimps. Over here with Bob. So here's a slow turkey. Thanks for finding me, mate. 2 out of 5. Basically, this is all good. We will find the imps there in snow. It's pretty noticeable. Pretty noticeable. 3 out of 5. Out here in the cook's kitchen here. Lumbridge Castle. And then the last one is in more of a awkward position. Since this is the future, things have changed slightly. And so, there's now a whole situation over here. We're just going to break into the would have been sheep pen here. Not worry about all this. So that's all of them. Need to set up the tree. Saw a good spot just outside Lumbridge Castle. Oh, that is Lumbridge Castle. Here's Lumbridge Castle. You can tell by the giant glowing interaction location. Pretty reasonable. Several hours of making a giant mess later. Christmas in Lumbridge. Ta-da! Look at that. Very good. On to the next city. We got trees, we got lights. We added all sorts of fun stuff around the fountains. Very fun. So that just leaves Varrock. And I bought some Earth and Fire runes. Here's a forecast shard. That is also an event that's happening. We got 5 of those now, which we're not going to get all of them. Goodbye. Slay. Gotta find the things. Here's the snow imps. They're around. And there. Going over towards the castle there. One in here with Zaf. One in here with Eris. That is 3. One of them is over here. Next to this. It's fine. And the last one, which is a little bit less noticeable since it's inside here and doesn't poke through. Over here with Horvik. And that's all of them. It's got a good place for the tree. Right near the middle of Varrock. Of course. Where else would you put it? Thing. And then it goes. We do our best. And Christmas in Varrock. Look at that. Fantastic. A lovely job. Each city all decorated, festive and jolly. Now back to the land of snow. See if we've made the big boss man as happy as a plum partridge. To the land of snow. You can also get to here through a portal in Birthwarp. Well, that doesn't matter. Also, that's not helpful information for you since it's now February. Anyways, time travel. This counts, I've decided. How's the spirit doing here? So all the city's decorated and looking great. Look like Christmas spirit is spreading fast as a light winter frost. Judging by the map, it's on the up and up. The decorating is working. Hang on, what's this? A letter from Santa addressed to us. Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, Artic. Whilst he was away, Santa came down. Must have sensed that Christmas spirit was back on the rise. He was pretty pleased. Mascara's good and proper. Said he was giving us the sack. Gave me a real shock, losing my job just before Christmas and all. But you've not been sacked? Oh, no, not at all. Just a misunderstanding. He's a bit on the busy side, so he's left you a letter and a big sack of prezzies with a request. We've just left it here for you. We'll take a look, thanks. That's a sack. Santa's request. What do we got going on? A letter from Santa. Got a letter from Santa. Delightful. Not a letter to Santa. That's later. Dearest Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic, I give my warmest thanks at this the most special time of year. You've spread warmth, joy, and happiness, and you didn't lose a single imp. At times, the world can feel frosty. It's important things can even go astray. But Christmas is a time to celebrate all that is good. So gather your loved ones, feast until you can't move, outdrink ceramic bars, and always know that wherever your travels take you, you have a place around the hearth in Gillinor. Peek inside your sack and find some extra goodies to give out where you may. Sure, we can do that. Some very deserving names on here, if I do say so myself. And it'd be lovely to have a good catch-up with them. Santa's sack. Select a target and left for more information. You got 16 options to deliver a present to. I've never seen lots of these guys in my life, so we're going to go for ones that do exist. If we've got enough of those. How about ceramic bars? Over in Falador. We can do that. And we can also enjoy the festivities in Falador here. Looking great. See if we put anything in the White Knight's castle. Yes, we did. Got lights hanging around. Bunch of things happening here that we're not going to worry about. Let's open the door. Go talk to Ceramic here. He's upstairs. And up more stairs. And Ceramic Bars. How you doing? Hey there. You're on my list to receive a present today. Delivered. Well, what'd you get? It's a new cape. I love it. The cape's nice. Choose next. Let's go see Doric. At his house northwest of Falador. Technically, we could just walk through Falador. But we've got all the law runes we could ever dream of. And under 6 million cash now, since we've been buying law runes. So we can easily afford to get moving here. Go talk to Doric. Been a while since we've chatted with Doric. You're on the list to receive a present. What'd you get? More tasks to hand out, really? Shame. Doric's tasks. That is a thing later. Who else we got? How about Bob? In Lumbridge. Whee! Lumbridge teleport goes to a different place now. That's okay. Bob, we have been taking your supplies of cheap bronze axes for quite a while here. So it's time to give him something back. Present. What'd you get? An axe handle? What am I supposed to do with this? He sells axes. I mean, you got an axe head lying around. You're good to go. Reldo in Verant Castle. That'll work. I'm gonna stay in Lumbridge. Either way. Reldo. We'll talk to Reldo. Who's doing all kinds of stuff in the library. There's a big spinning symbol there. That's good. That'll be useful in the future. Reldo. Present for you. You got a new book on the history of Varrock. You can store that in one of the bookcases and then completely forget which one it was. Oreldo. And lastly, let's go to Hans. Back in Lumbridge again. There's a lot of interesting characters on this list here. We're not going to worry about that. Let's find Hans here. Walking around Lumbridge. Here's not Hans, not Hans. That him? He walks around. Man. Hans, there you go. Here's a present. What'd you get? Coal, great. Well, we tried. Looks like you've ticked off quite a few names, haven't you? Now the rest of the delivery imps can do the others. Alrighty then, scurry back to Santa. Let him know that you've delivered all his Christmas prezzies. Woohoo! I mean, we delivered 5, and then apparently delegated the rest of the task, but I'd say that counts. I'd say that counts. Let us turn this in here. Back with Santa. Santa, hello. Santa! Every time we find him, we're like, oh my gosh! Wonderful, I knew you were on the nice list. I can already feel the good tidings and merriment are lifting. Excellent, you have my thanks. I must be off. Last Christmas touches to polish and all that. Here's a little token of my thanks. And thanks to you too, little fellow Marvin. And that is Christmas event quest complete. Got a whole bunch of XP lamps which we're going to need to destroy. Destroy joy, wonder, and laughter. Sounds about right. Christmas spirit. Santa's little helper outfit. Winter scarf and hat. Place a Christmas tree and other decorations in Fort Fornithry, which we don't have yet. Santa's present sack, which we'd use to deliver more presents to those NPCs to get more Christmas spirit. And access to decoration making in Christmas Village and all the other activities here. Now, as much fun as I would have with 15,000 XP or whatever. Can't be reclaimed. That's okay. Destroy the laughter, joy, and wonder. Here is the outfit. Looking very festive. I also get the hat and the scarf. Nice and warm. The hat and the scarf are interesting because you can combine them with other hats and scarves during the event to make an Omni hat and Omni scarf. But the way we get those is going to be not possible. I'm just going to put these on here. Doing this here, there's more events happening. We got snow, fishing, decorations, and maybe something else. Little events you can do around here for token experience and more Christmas spirit. And Christmas spirit, we can bring in over to Holly, the Christmas spirit shop. Here's where we need to buy one of the extra hats and scarves. We'll take the scarf here. That costs all of the quest points. Christmas spirit. Can also get legacy cosmetics from all sorts of places. All past events and stuff. Legacy pets. Legacy emotes. And legacy miscellaneous. Just tons and tons of things you can get in here if you want to grind out a whole bunch of Christmas spirit. We've got the Not So Secret Santa, where you can give something and get something back. We've got a bank, which we don't use. Here is the paper exchange. I mean, we've got some paper. Check our currency pouch here. 13,000 of it so far. Probably just turn that all in at the end of the event. We've got Clementine, which brings you can get a letter from them. Post the letters in this post box. And you need to bring 3. You can get 3 per day, get a nice point, and then that puts you into a raffle to get presents. It's an entire thing. But we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about most of this. Here's another purple present. We got more Ottomans. And an overhead emote. Because that's now a thing. Yay. So yeah. That is Christmas. See our new scarf. Doesn't match as well with the rest of the outfit. That's okay. We just need to not worry about that. So, we can put all this back on, get rid of all the Christmas stuff, and at least until the rest of the event here is done, and anything we get from the Advent calendar too, let's get back to farming. Because we have almost 1,000 more seeds to plant. It's going to be great. 55 farming. That is cactuses. Wild. Just farming up the lowest number herb seeds here. Just for inventory sake purposes. So we're getting some aventos. 56 farming. I'm farming the irits now. That is quarms. Could have kept quarm seeds and farmed those. Made super strengths or something. But inventory space. And the higher level herb seeds are just too rare to really worry about, so we're doing what we can here. Adding in another bit of training here. I'm gonna do some magic with all the air runes I made. Got the Mystic, Ceradoman Cape and Staff. Bought all that. And I'm just gonna try find stuff here in the Ardoin Zoo. Since it's so easy to get here, since we're already here for the farming and everything. Just fighting the Joger, the Cyclops, and the Wolves. See if that works out well enough. Might need more things, but any AFK options, like rock crabs or something, would be problematic because of damage. So these guys all being safely behind bars should be pretty good. 72 magic. That is Lasar teleport, Waterbirth teleport, and South Falador teleport. Lasar, possibly. Ancients. Other ones new. 57 farming. Papaya trees and bloodweed. Papayas would be great. That'd be amazing XP. Don't have any. Bloodweed doesn't exist. Trying out rock crabs. Got a achievement diary task. Kill 5 rock crabs. Their stats are actually decent. They don't hit too much, too often. If we can get a good positioning here, where there's not too many attacking at the same time, but still aggroing, that'd be ideal. 54 herb lore, from cleaning the herbs here. Juju Hunter Potion, Urzile, Poison and Daemonheim, Runecrafting Potion, don't exist. But we could clean Quarms, if we had any. 73 magic. Enfeeble, and Telegroup Waterbirth. Probably? No. 74 magic. That is a quest requirement. Teleother Lumbridge, Smoke Blitz, Cure Group, Smoke Cloud. Blitz and Teleother, possibly? Cool. 75 magic. That is 3 quest requirements. Fire Wave, Repair Room Pouch, Barbarian Teleport, Stat Spy, Staphylite, Polypore Staff and Stick, Greater Runic Staff, Abyssal Wand and Orb, Smoke Tendrils, and Opal Aurora. We've got Fire Wave. But like all other magic, using higher level spells doesn't actually help because of EOC. We're still rocking Air Blast. Doing great. 76 magic. Shadow Blitz, Yes. North Ardoin teleport, telegroup barbarian, prism of restoration, no. 58 farming. Farming the Ranars now. That is Urzile. That's a herb that doesn't exist. 81 constitution. And that is 98 combat. More health. Always good. 77 magic. That is a quest requirement. Storm of Armadil, Super Glass Snake, Armadil Battlestaff, Sapphire Aurora, and Intercept. Don't think any of those. Yet. 78 magic. That is a quest requirement. Drayak Teleport, Remote Farming, Kazar Teleport, Zuriel Staff, and Sunspear Magic. Drayak Teleport is on Ancients. So, probably exists. Others, no, obviously. Yeah. 79 magic. Quest requirement. Entangle. Probably. Telegroup, Khazard, Dream, and Emerald Aurora, no. There are so many spells, my goodness. 59 farming. White berry bushes. Could be helpful. 80 magic. Milestone achievement. Very good level. Let me go stand somewhere where rock crabs won't be attacking us. That is a quest requirement. Stagger, Blood Blitz, Spiritual Healing, String Jewelry, Arcane Steam Necklace, Spellcaster Gloves, Chaotic Staff, Empowered Air Staff, Runic Equipment, Virtus Wand and Book, Angala Staff, Scrimshaw of Elements, Angala Wand, Runic Orb, Attuned Crystal Weaponry, Prism of Salvation, Ancient Lectern, and a Second Age Staff. Stagger used to be Entangle or something. Blitz, that's Ancients, that exists for us. Other than that, nothing. But Chaotic Staff, that's a good option for the future. 82 Constitution. Health. 81 Magic. That is a quest requirement. Air Surge, Potion Share, Tsunami, Ruby Aurora, and Spin Flax. None of those. 60 Farming. Milestone achievement unlocks. That is Yew Trees, Livid Farm, yay, and Soul Bell. Again, if we had any trees, that'd be great. We have herbs. 82 Magic. That is Tell the Other Falador. Ice Blitz, Magic Imbue, Prism of Loyalty, Limitless Staff, Fire Urn. Ice Blitz. Yee. And the Tell the Other Falador. That's even less useful. 83 Magic. That is Make Leather, Fertisoil, and the Doomcore Staff. No. 83 Constitution. Health. 84 Magic. That's rune crafting. Teleport to Karlangar, Shield Dome, and Animate Dead. Teleport probably exists. Ancients. Where does it go? Not important. Karlangar. Yeah. 85 Magic. That is Teleport Block, Water Surge, Teleconnect, Grind, Fishing Guild Teleport, Battle Mage Equipment, Trickster Equipment, Scrimshaw of Magic, Sunshine, Sea Singer Cube, and Magica, Staff of Darkness, Camel Staff, Wand of the Samurai Elders, Orb of the Samurai Elders, and the Grasping Rune Pouch. Teleport Block? Only one? A lot of stuff. 86 Magic. Smoke Barrage, now available. Later, Telegroup Fishing Guild, Plank Make, and Prism of Dowsing. Also, Combat 102. We are magic based. Now. 61 Farming. That is Lurgberry Bushes. No. No, it's not. 55 Herb Lore. That is Super Strengths. Very cool. Yugyun and Cooking Potions later. All the watermelons have been harvested. All the Harrowlanders have been planted. So we enter the final stage of farming, full of picked pineapples, Marantils, and Guams. 84 Constitution. Even more health. 87 Magic. That is Catherby Teleport, Tomb Bainite Ore, Onyx Tip, Rune Crossbow Bolts. Level 6 Enchant, onyx, and obliteration. None of that. Giant present for Christmas Day. Open it. What's inside? Find an old-fashioned Helm of Nantsnot and a modern Helm of Nantsnot cosmetic override. Lovely. What's a Helm of Nantsnot? 62 farming. That's Snapdragon and Featherfoil. Don't have any Snapdragon seeds. The Christmas event is basically over. So we're going to get some rewards and stuff. The hat from in here, which can combine with all the other hats, possibly. I was going to grab some of the snowboards. There's a lot of things in here. Nowhere close to enough Christmas spirit. All sorts of old stuff. We got 5 or more points. I think this shop's going to stay around longer, though, so we will save these last ones for later. We got snowboards. We can go around, do a trick. It's clipping with the snow here, which is not ideal. 3 colors, that's something. But the other bit we need to worry about here is the wrapping paper. From all of the training we've been doing, like magic and farming and all that, 83,000 wrapping paper, which we can exchange for presents. Just so many. And then we need to open all these. We can retrieve all these things from Diango, it's not a problem. The main problem here is going to be inventory space. Because as we open these, it just spams us with random nonsense, which we need to drop all of. And then very, very seldomly, actual reward things. Like overhead emotes, which you can see over here, like this. It's a symbol, sure. Titles, and very, very rarely other things of interest. So basically, we just need to drop all of the mostly useless Christmas items, and then a few things that are actually useful, which we obviously can't have. We're just going to go through here, get a bunch of stuff, like yellow party hat emote, and green Santa hat emote, and ornaments, and such. If we get anything actually interesting, we will see. Looks like we got most of the overhead thingies. Guess not the white one. All the other ones though. Yay. And all the different kinds of scarf and hat, which look nice. If we take all these, we can combine them together into the Omni scarf and Omni hat, which have customization options to be any colors you want. So that's nice. And that's pretty much it. These can all be reclaimed easily enough. Always nice when that's the case. So now we can get back to the last little bit of farming we need to do. Back in 2005. 63 farming. Just barely here. And that is a quest requirement and Cave Nightshade. Belladonna's. Maybe. Here it is. The final herbs. Planted all of those seeds. Some of them got diseased, but we used the plant cures. Mostly we were back before they would have died anyways, so. In theory. And also the disease chancing. We're working with what we got here. Use these on the tool leprechaun. We get our final total of herbs here. Looks like we got 258 Eventos, 473 Irits, 835 Raynars, 1,336 Harlanders, 2,730 Marantils, and 3,893 Guams. Now we just need to use these. But we're going to want as much inventory space as possible. So let's see if we can use up these runes too. should work out. There are several problems with Herblore. One of which is the vials. Since there are no vial water packs yet, we're just going to keep using these vials of water over and over again. There's the sharks I dropped earlier. You go in between the bank to unnote things, and then the baker stall up there to buy chocolate bars, cut them to chocolate dust with this knife, make the potions, refill them at the Henwarp Mansion, over and over again to use the Heartlanders. And also the shop stock of the chocolate and other supplies. We'll see how far we can get with that. 56 Herblore. That is later RY and Super Energy Mix 2s. And yes, the personal shop stocks are going to absolutely destroy me here. Was 100. Would be able to just keep hopping worlds to get more. Now there's only one left, so we need to move between different Herblore training. This will go a little better. There are 300 Ironman in supply here in Port Sarim. So we can make plenty of super attacks here out of the Irits. Fill in the vials of water in the sink over here, unnoting in Falador. Should be very good. 57 Herblore. That is a quest requirement, which has magic essence in it. Also later, Shengo, Gatherer's Potions, Luck Potions, and Bloodweed. Got a process going here. Make the potions, buy more eyes, empty the potions, fill them with water, run up to Falador, drop the eyes unnote Irits, put them in the vials, pick up the eyes, make more potions, get more Irits, empty the potions, come back down here, fill the vials, put herbs in, come over here, buy the eyes, so we can make some potions here, and also in Falador. Save on running. It's a mess though, honestly. Shop is out of eyes, so the next herb. We got Eventos and Raynars. We're going to be using Snapegrass. Picking it up here on Hobgoblin Peninsula. World hopping, because that's faster than waiting for the respawns. Then running up to Falador, going through the currently one-way shortcut into Falador by the wall there. Could wait until agility shortcuts are added soon-ish. But we're kind of time-locked by the stores currently, so we're just going to do this. Then when we get into Falador, we have a water pump there and the bank. And we run all the way around to where we were running down toward Port Sarim. All the way around here, pick up more Snapegrass, do the whole bring the herbs and the potions and the water and the things. It'll be something. 58 Herblore. Fletching Potions, Samdam, Hunter Mix 2. Nope. The last of the Aventos have been used. We are dumping all the potions, even like the prayer potions and stuff. Later we will have the ability to store potions and things, but not anytime soon. With that, if we aren't doing Heartlanders, we can drop the knife and do 11 potions at a time. So that's nice. Next event thingy, we got the birthday buff bonanza for the birthday event. Luckily, all the game-changing stuff is locked for Ironman accounts, so we just need to log in for 8 days, which we were going to do anyways. 59 Herblore. Scentless Potions, Clean Snapdragons, and Super Strength Mix 2. Probably Snapdragon, not the other two though. 60 Herblore. Milestone achievement, all that. That's a quest requirement. Weapon Poison, Amato Gloves, and Artisan's Potions in Damonheim. I think Weapon Poison exists. Not that we use it. Weapon Poison isn't even put on weapons anymore. It's a whole thing. Not too worried about that though. The last of the Irits are super attacks, and they're gone now. So that is another inventory space. Busting out the Guams to use the last of the Eyes of Newt for today, making regular attack potions. 25 XP. It's something. And we're not going to be using all these Guams for that. But once again, we are at the point where there is no more Guams or chocolate available in shops. With the amount of time it takes for them to restock, it's definitely going to be Harlander dependent for finishing things up here. But while we wait for things to restock, we can go and get more snape grass. That just spawns on the ground. We can get as much of it as we want. So switching over to Ranars. 61 Herblore. Well, that is Magic Essence Mix 2. Not a thing yet. Dumping out all these prayer potions hurts, but we can't have them yet. Someday. Someday. 62 Herblore. That is nothing. 63 Herblore. That is Super Restores, which are very nice. And later, Naturalist Potions in Damonheim. Here's the last of the Ranars. When there's not enough to fill the inventory, the Fill the Inventory button doesn't fill the inventory, obviously. 10 remaining. Put it in the vials. We can pick up the snape grass that we brought back. It's a process, running back and forth. It really is. But we got there. And that is another potion completed. No more prayer potions. Just gonna empty all these, and we'll have an extra inventory space, which is nice. Some might say could have saved some Ranars for future prayer potions for other things, but then we would need to have that inventory space. So now we are basically playing the wait on secondaries shop respawns game. Technically we could go train other skills or something. Maybe I'll do that. 64 Herblore. That is later Super Hunter and Juju farming potions. In other news, because I showed up, I get Fancy Hat. Yay. Also, there are two versions of Fancy Hat. One slightly darker, and one slightly more vibrant. Also, my hair pokes through the hat. That looks kind of silly. Anyways, Herblore. Here's the last of the attack potions made from Guams. Saving the other 2,730 Guams and Marintils for later. So now we just have Harlander. 63 crafting. That is later Gala leather boots. 64 crafting. That is a quest requirement. Repairing gloves of silence and soul bell hoods. None of those yet. And the final herbs. 4 last Harlanders. Going in the potions. Chocolate dust for energy potions. And that is it. We've done all of the Herblore we need to do. Incredibly, incredibly close to the next Herblore level, but not going to worry about that. Instead, we're going to be done, which is amazing. If I didn't mention this at any point during all this Herblore, there's also extra strong and super strong antidotes and weapon poisons now. An amulet of nature, which you can use to look at your crops or something. Dairy cows now exist, instead of just all the cows being able to be milked. And an updated salute emote. Probably not the same as the one that we have in here now, but still. Emotes and stuff. In 2024 news, there was a Kandarin graphical rework here. We can see it with the stalls here in the Arnoy market. We will see more of this later. All the crafting. Now it's 133,000 coins. Withdraw all that. Cash stack is at 454,000. Here's all the levels we got this episode. My goodness, look at all these. It's been a lot. 2.5 months on the release day of farming is plenty. Time to move on. Next time. Goodbye.